What's up?
Welcome to our virtual write-in.
Welcome. What are we doing today? Oh, should we introduce ourselves
Let's
first?
introduce ourselves first. So I'm Emily.
And I'm Maddie.
We are the interns here at Nano HQ. And we're so happy you're here to join us today. This is our third virtual write-in of Camp NaNoWriMo July
2017.
2017.
Master time traveler.
That'd be cool. Plot idea. Time travel to the next Nano event, so you can just keep writing all the time.
All the time. You just skip. You just skip to when you can write next.
So what we're going to be doing here today is chatting with you, doing some word sprints with you for the next hour. So hopefully getting some inspiration to help you, move through any hard times you're facing in your writing. I know week 3 is feeling kind of rough for me.
Yeah.
So
week 3 is always a struggle.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I actually writing at this point?
Let's see. So, seeing you all in the chat. Thanks for saying hi to us. I'm glad you're all here. Yeah. So, the theme of today, sort of broadly, what we're going to be focusing on is pushing boundaries. So for the last 2 chats, we've talked about sort of novel basics, I would say, character and plot mainly. So I think a lot of us start there. But I'm at the point in my project where I'm starting to think more about like the bigger ideas, where things are going. So I was thinking maybe some of you feeling the same way.
Yeah.
So we're going to touch on things like genre, theme, and point of view today, and also do some silly things. So
it's exciting.
Very exciting. We like to have fun here. You might have noticed. So feel free to chat with us in the YouTube comments, leave any suggestions, or hit us up on Twitter. You can't really see this right now. We are at Nano Interns. I love talking to you all there. So yeah. Should we get started?
I think we should.
Okay. So
get my timer out.
Get a timer out?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with just sort of a warm-up sprint. You can free write if you want and continue where you are with your project right now. It's going to be 5 minutes. If you do want a prompt, I have 1 word for you. It's secret. All right?
Yay! Okay, like Emily said, 5 minutes, and we will start now. It's good.
She's fine.
It's good.
Do you need help?
No, there's no electronics on her.
Okay.
And that is time. I'm real sorry about spilling my water bottle again. I don't think it's anything. Yeah, no, it was pretty protected.
It was
so
quite the spook, though.
It was like stupidly loud for just a water bottle. So, yeah,
but we're all okay here. So
no damage.
Can we get some word counts in, or any favorite lines you want to share from those first 5 minutes? It's a quick one for me. I spent most of the time reading what I did, so I think I wrote like 2 sentences.
I am starting a brand new story as of like right now, and I started off and I was like, wow, I hate this character. She's great. She's like so conceited.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I did 89 words.
Let's see. We have some words coming in. Maisie Bates says 100 exactly. That's always fun.
Yes.
Cheyenne 314288. Wow.
Melissa Talbot 174. Lucy Fabianic got 256. Tabitha Bell 262. Oh my God! Wait, I love this line. Come back. I saw Harry Potter. What? I was surprised. You're a librarian and a magic specialist, and you've never read Harry Potter?
Ooh, I like that. Jane Ridgewood says, I felt like I found some cool secret concert that only the elite in Chicago would know about. Put in that prompt there. That's great.
Next. Keep sending them in. I want to read all of them. Go read them.
Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah. Looks like a lot of you are making good progress in your goals, too. I'm thinking about adjusting my goal for this month, but I haven't yet. I set a goal for 50K myself, and that's a lot. Yeah. So I don't know. I've just been kind of doing what I can every day, sort of loving whatever words I get out. But I kind of want to challenge myself too. So we'll see. We can now adjust our goals until the very last day of the month. That's something I want to plug for camp. So if any of you are sort of feeling the way I'm feeling, or if you're like, I want to challenge myself further, I already met my goal, then that's totally possible now.
You should do that.
Yeah. So should we jump into some more of a chat?
Yeah.
About the things I mentioned.
Our first
discussion. So the first thing I want to talk about is genre. So what kind of genres do you like writing in, Maddie?
I've been writing in a specific genre for a really long time, and I don't have like a name for it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like fantasy, but not like fantasy level fantasy. So there's like, it's in like a real world. And I like hesitate to say magical realism too, because that kind of has its like own definition.
Its own thing. Okay. Is it like urban fantasy or like?
See, I feel like urban fantasy is like, it's like too street. That's what it feels like to me. Like anything, like Holly Black is like urban fantasy.
Yeah.
But mine is like, it's just like a lot calmer than that, because that's what I can control.
Makes sense.
But yeah,
I like that.
And I usually write like war or like, so there's always a lot of violence somehow. My poor characters, like any of my friends who have read my stories are like, wow, like if these characters ever met you, they would hate you forever. So yeah. What about you? Do you like actually have a name?
I would say I mostly just write like straight up fantasy, I would say. Not like magic really, but like there's a world that is not our own. Sometimes I veer into like sci-fi.
Okay.
When I say that, I don't know, like future stuff, maybe some space. I don't know.
Space.
What I'm working on right now is definitely just like pure fantasy. There's shape shifting. That's my main world feature. So it's fun stuff. I see a lot of you are commenting your genres. We do have a lot of fantasy out there. I think it's
like the most
a fun time. So creative. Earl Knox says historical fiction. FTW.
Historical fiction, super
That's
fun
so
to write.
cool. I have so much respect for historical fiction. I love reading it. It's one of my favorite genres to read. So while we're talking about all these things, I kind of wanted to define genre more broadly for us so we can sort of ask ourselves more questions about it. So genre, it's basically just a category that can be used to describe your work. Sometimes it indicates like the content. For instance, science fiction usually deals with like speculative things about the future. Mm-hmm. Historical fiction obviously has like the past, like real life details, but fictionalized stories. But it can also include sort of the style, the tone. Yeah, so I think something that comes up a lot is like, what's the point of genre? Like, Maddie, you said you didn't really have like a specific category for what you've been writing a lot. And I think a lot of people find that, don't you? Like,
yeah, I think so.
My story doesn't really fit.
Or it has like 8 genres.
Oh, yeah. It's like an interesting blend. Yeah. Does that happen to a lot of you out there, writers? I feel like...
Yeah, you're struggling like me.
Sometimes putting your story in a box is not always the most illuminating thing. Yeah. Especially when you're drafting, I would say. But I think one of the cool things about genre is when I'm writing, I'm always like, oh, I want something that's like this that I'm trying to write, but I want to go read it. So that's how I like sort of find my book lists.
Yeah. Do you have any story or books that you specifically drew from for your camp story?
Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. It's a graphic novel about a shapeshifter girl, which I highly recommend. I sort of returned to that after outlining my novel, and I was like, what did she do? That's really good. I'm reading stuff by Rainbow Rowell. How do you say that? Is that how you say her name?
She's a nano novelist, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think Fangirl was written during Nano.
I really like her voice, so that's why I picked her for this. There wasn't a real genre thing, but yeah.
You have a lot of Nimona fans out there.
It's a really good work. I'm glad you all like it. I highly recommend.
What else do you feel about genre kind of either helps or hinders your writing?
Mostly I feel like being able to call back on like sort of what every author has written so far, and like, I don't know, I have a respect for like all those voices, and they sort of like inspire me and make me say, oh, like this is my own take on it. Yeah. So I think that's really helpful. And yeah, a way to sort of see where your ideas are unique and where you want to pursue in your plots and everything.
I'd love to like eventually find like a not paragraph description of the genres that I'm writing in.
Yeah. Some snappy words to put on it.
Like if I always manage to find a genre, because like, you know, for Nano you can like put in your genre, and I always find some 2 or 3 word description, and let's see what I wrote in the past, because I know
on your projects.
On my old projects, yeah. That go back a bajillion years. So I did write historical fiction last Nano, but then I switched it because I got bored of it. So right now it says that I wrote historical fiction, but it's only like 50% historical fiction. And then fantasy. Yeah. See, I put fantasy there, but my 2015 novel was like, I guess like that's probably the closest I would get to urban fantasy is like, it happens in an urban area and there's magic.
Yeah.
So it could be something as simple as that. You don't even have to like be like, oh, well, these stories have these elements and so do mine, so it has to be this. But you can always kind of blend or make up your own. I wrote apparently a mystery one in 2014. That story did not end up being a mystery novel. That was definitely more of like a war story. See, 2013 war drama. That makes more sense. Fantasy. YA is also like a really nice encapsulating genre because there's so many subgenres within YA, and there's a lot of debate in the literary community. I took a whole class on this. A lot of debate in the literary community on like what makes YA a genre. There was a lot of backlash against YA when it became a genre. It's a very young genre.
Did you take a class in YA?
Yeah.
I took a class in YA.
They're good classes. So they're all across the country.
Wow. We always find something where it's like we had the same experience. That's cool.
Yeah, and like Outsiders was one of the first even. Or it's widely accepted as the first. I'm sure there are others. But and when that came out, people were like, "Oh, why are we reading about teenagers? Like this is ridiculous." And some other old person. But kind of from that, you get everything that's been popular in the last 10 years has really all been YA. Any movies?
That's true.
It's all YA. So suck it, old people.
Hey now.
No, not
we
really.
love all voices here.
Because we're all gonna be old someday.
So pushing on from genre, I wanted to talk a little bit about theme, and this is going to get us into our next prompt coming up.
Yay!
So what is theme?
I have such a hard time defining
theme. Is, in my opinion, really hard to define without examples. I'm going to try here. I would say theme is usually a few words or phrase that get to the core idea of what's happening in your novel. So more towards the plot arc, the emotional growth of your characters, rather than, oh, there are zombies in this book, or oh, there are vampires. You know, that could be part of it sometimes. But it usually has a lot to do with sort of like the bigger meaning you're trying to convey. So right now on the project I'm working on, I'm dealing with sort of themes of like family identity, finding yourself like within a family space. My protagonist like doesn't know her mother and she's trying to find her, basically. So that's what I would say my theme is. What are some themes you've written before, Maddie?
Okay, so one of the stories that I've written for a while, they're mafia stories, and I'm trying to stall while I think of themes. Probably one of them is like finding your importance and like what you mean to other people and what they mean to you, and kind of your place in where you've directed your life. Like my character, she starts as just kind of a family member of this mafia family, and she meets another mafia boss and they end up marrying, and then the right hand to that mafia family dies, basically just like emotionally crippling the mafia boss, and so she becomes the boss of this family kind of by accident. She feels like she has to. So it's kind of like her trajectory and her transformation really is the theme of those stories. Yeah.
Cool. I'm always so intrigued by what you write.
I write a lot.
You do.
Very different things.
Very admirable. So I've noticed some of you are saying that theme is sort of difficult to parse, especially in first drafts, and I definitely agree with that. But today I just kind of want to maybe you know, challenge ourselves to make it peek out a little bit more. So with that being said, I think we're ready for our next prompt.
Yes.
Sprompt.
I'm ready. Sprompt.
Should we do this one for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
10 minutes sounds good. The prompt will be to challenge your main character's core beliefs. So you can go at this from like a number of approaches, I would say. Maybe they're having a big argument within themselves or with another character of yours. So they have a dialogue, some kind of exchange where they really, you know, get to what they both believe in and how that might be different. Or you could stage, you know, a big battle with your antagonist. Always love those. The idea is to get, you know, sort of to the essence of what your character is thinking and feeling, to see what drives them and what drives your story.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna put 10 minutes on.
10 minutes. I won't drop a water bottle this time.
It's over there. It's over there. All good.
And okay, 10 minutes. Ready? Go. And that's time. How'd y'all do?
Yeah, I can get those word counts in. Let's see how I did. I can actually measure this time. It is multiple lines, 121 words.
Nice.
There's probably a couple miscellaneous ones that are further up in my draft that I did not bother to count, but it's okay. Sort of sprinkle them in every time I open. That's what happens.
So I did 89 last time, so I'm now at 282 for the whole doc. So I got a little under 200.
Nice.
187, 183. Ashley Lynn Johansson got 400. Megan H got 262 while editing. So that's awesome. That's some notes. Ari Tran got 230. Very nice. Rowan Celeste got 151. Nice job. That Ozian 153. Wednesday Rueri got 380. Nice. Nice. Good job, everyone. As long as you're writing or editing or working on your story in some way, that's what matters.
I thought about the prompt quite a bit. I feel like that slowed me down at the beginning because I was like, what are my character's core beliefs? And I was going to write it, but I didn't quite get there. I definitely have ideas, though, so that's exciting.
That's good. I decided that my character has to lose in this story, because it's just like...
That's a big decision.
Yeah. I love when characters lose or, like, make massive mistakes that just, like, they just fall apart. It's like, it's not something you get to see that often. Especially, like, she's a protagonist and she, like, doesn't want to harm anyone, but she's very, like I said, she's very conceited. She's very self-centered. Everything, like, she's talked about so far is, like, everything she knows and, like, what her outfit is and, like, all the Instagram likes she can get. So, in order to get my point across, she has to lose by the end of the story.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you guys think about any of your characters' goals? Maybe something they have also lost at? Anything where they challenged and defeated? Like, that sort of stuff.
I think it's an important step, even if you have a really happy ending, to let your characters face defeat at some point. And it's a really emotional thing to happen.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to do that to your characters, especially if you've been with them for a really long time. Because you're like, well, they've been through all this stuff and they should get everything they want. And while I do agree with that, there needs to be some sort of, I guess it's like the realism in the story. I think I might have said this before, but one of my creative writing teachers said all story arcs should be your character has a goal. They fail at that goal, and they learn something from it. It's like a 3-pronged arc, and it can be applied to something as short as a 100-word story to something as long as a novel.
Yeah. I feel like that can sort of cycle on and on again, too. There's, like, little failures within bigger failures and successes, too. So, yeah. We have a lot coming in right now. Thank you all for sharing.
Oh my gosh. Cool. Keep sharing. Like I said, I want to read all of them, but we don't have time to read all of them on screen, so we'll just do that later. So, I'm excited for this. Are you ready for this discussion?
We have a little activity planned. Sort of in the spirit of pushing boundaries for ourselves and for our characters, I think. We're going to play a round of Never Have I Ever, the lovely, like, party game, but this time the writing edition.
More appropriate edition.
More appropriate. Hopefully quite fun for this stream. So I made us some signs. Maddie, do you want to show the signs we have?
And have not. If you guys have not seen Ellen's version of this with Anna Kendrick, Snoop Dogg, and Martha, oh my god, what is her name? The craft lady?
Martha Stewart?
Martha Stewart, yeah. Sorry, I saw her face. I can remember her name.
My goodness.
It is like the funniest thing I've ever seen. So please go watch that.
So feel free to join us in the chat if you have any fun anecdotes.
Yeah.
Any of these questions we're gonna share, but we're gonna run through them.
I'm so ready.
And we'll share anything funny too. Good stories. So, first one. Never have I ever finished writing a full draft of a novel. I have.
I have.
Once.
You have 2.
Yeah. It's hard to do. It's hard to know when you're at the end.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at it since the end either, which I got a little sad about today. I was like, oh, I miss it.
You should go back
I should go back to it. Yeah. Okay. 2. Never have I ever started NaNoWriMo at exactly midnight at the beginning of an event.
I have.
I have not.
You should.
I really should.
You should do it this year.
I'm such a sleepy baby.
Because all you need to do is just like start. You just need to write like a sentence at midnight. And if you like going to sleep early, do that. Or like set an alarm for midnight.
That's
and, like wake up, write a sentence, and go back to sleep. Because then you can say you have.
You know, I'll do that this year.
But I love Halloween like so much. So and all of my friends in college, they all did Nano. So for all of our Halloween parties, we literally went trick or treating. And then we came back and watched Hocus Pocus, and then we started Nano. So.
Yes. All right. Ready for number 3?
I'm so ready.
Never have I ever killed a character. I have.
I'm really bad at it. like I'm just like, whatever, you can die. It's fine. I think I'm like even more so at like keeping them dead. Like there's like one character, 1 or 2 that I've like kept dead, but all the rest of them come back to life.
Yeah. I need to do some character killing in my project this month, but I'm nowhere near that yet. So that's.
Do you know who you're gonna kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're dead.
They're dead.
I have that part plotted out. Sort of related. Never have I ever killed a protagonist or main character. I have.
I guess I have. The right hand that I was talking about is pretty main character. I've killed my own, like, my main character, like, legitimate main character before, and then she, like, came back to life. Because she knew Hades.
That works. That definitely works. I wrote a story with, like, multiple perspectives. There were, like, 5, I want to say, and I killed one of them, which was very emotional.
Was it, like, in their point of view when they died?
I don't remember. I think so. Yeah, really but like it jumped really quickly because they were dead. Oh my god. Yeah,
I love it.
Okay, next one. Never have I ever written a kissing scene. I just did. It was cute. It made me blush while I was writing it.
I know it's really simple, but they're always cute.
Yeah, I think simple kisses are sweet. What do y'all think? I don't know. Oh, lots of you are telling us how many characters you've killed.
Oh my god.
Exciting. My current work in progress has a little bit of romance sprinkled into it, but I'm trying to like strike a balance, which is a fun time.
The story I was just writing, there's no kissing in it yet. Because the husband and wife are like estranged. Yeah, so it's sad. It's okay, there will be at the end.
Okay, next one. Never have I ever written nonfiction. I've written a little.
I have not.
Really?
At all. Yeah, no, I like creating my own stories.
That's cool.
Like for like school I have.
Yeah,
but that doesn't count. You're forced to write that.
True. I do a lot of journalism at school, so I guess that's nonfiction, and I've written like some personal stories. Not to a great extent though. I like to try more. Yeah, I would say. Yeah. Next question. Never have I ever cried for my own writing. I have.
One of my friends has this great quote. She wrote it down. She thought it was so funny. I was talking about my Nano novel after, and I was reading it during December, and I'm sure I was exhausted. But I was like, I cried during it. She's like, you cried reading your writing? I was like, I didn't cry because it was sad. I cried because it was good and sad. So she wrote it down.
I made this thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where I've been, I would say. Yeah, I've never cried because something was bad. I realized that was a direction this question could go in, like a little bit. No, that hasn't happened. I try to be fairly like sympathetic to my past self while I was writing.
I usually laugh at my old writing.
Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of nostalgic. So, okay. Never have I ever deleted a draft and started from scratch. I've not.
I have not.
I want to say, but I don't remember.
I've definitely started from scratch, but I have done no deleting.
Yeah, you've said like you just keep everything, right? Yeah. I tend to like do track changes sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And like it's unrecognizable, so that's kind of deleting.
That's fun.
Halfway. I'm cheating on that question.
halfway deleting.
Never have I ever written from the perspective of something non-human. I have.
I don't think I have.
Some animals.
An animal, okay.
Yeah. Maybe once for like a snappy prompt, like an inanimate object.
Okay.
Which I can, like a flower or something. I don't know. Are flowers inanimate? They're plants.
They're alive, but they are inanimate.
Yeah. So we think.
So we think for now. For now.
I reveal my sentient plant suspicions on this live stream.
Oh my god.
That's a fun thing to do though. If you want to like change up the perspective on a scene to like write from an object in the scene, that's a prompt if you ever want to have that in your back pocket.
Isn't not Thief Lord? Oh my god. The Book Thief. That's all written from Death's perspective.
Yeah, that one's really cool. Next one. Never have I ever. Which one are we at? Written something set in a world unlike our own. I have.
I guess I have.
We talked about this. We've written a lot of fantasy stuff.
Yeah. It's like not Earth, but it's
modifying
like
the world, yeah. I would like to do something on a different planet. That's not something I've done.
Yeah. It's a lot of world building.
I don't know enough about space, though. Can you ever know enough about space?
Make up stuff about space. If you don't know about space, nobody else is going to know about space. They will not challenge you on it.
Never have I ever written fiction based on my own life. Are we all guilty? Oops, I got the wrong side.
I still have.
Have. Yes. I think it like, even when I don't intend to, like sprinkles in somewhere.
It like bleeds in.
It's a little bit here and there. It's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it makes getting into a world a lot easier.
Let's see. Never have I ever shared my writing with a trusted friend. Like a full draft. Has a friend seen it?
I have. A lot of my friends have read my stories. You've not at all?
I mean, they've seen like chapters, but I'm not going to count it for this.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I forced my writing on my friends. I was like, you're gonna read this, and you're gonna tell me what you think, and then you're gonna give me suggestions.
Wow. I need to get better, I think, at asking for help in that regard, because I really haven't done it a lot. I'm trying to push myself with this draft that is happening.
It's nice, because usually they're like, this is amazing, I love it.
Oh, yeah. Sort of related. Never have I ever asked a friend for major plot help. I have. Totally have. It's one of my favorite resources.
Yeah. Mine, I think one of my friends was reading one of my finished stories. It wasn't finished yet, but she was reading it. But I sent her this like piece of it, and she's like, is this like really how you want to like direct this side of the story? Because it's not really making any sense to me. It might make sense to you. You want to like make it a little clearer and kind of like move my story in a different direction, a much better direction. So I'm glad that she told me that.
Never have I ever gotten stuck for more than a month.
I have.
I don't know if I want to count like just procrastinating.
I would count procrastinating.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally.
A lot of my stories have been around for a long time, so yeah. Procrastinating counts. It happens.
If you find my fanfic page, you'll see how long I procrastinated.
All right. One more, unless you think of any ones you want to say, Maddie.
I'll think. Do this one and I'll think about it.
Okay. Never have I ever finished Nano early. I've not. I finished on the last day.
Last day. If it wasn't the last day, it was like November 29th at like 11 p.m.
Yeah. People who do it in the first week, just
props to you.
That's something you should be really proud of.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool that you can do that. So I hope this was a fun time. I thought this was fun.
I love this. Like, you should do this every week.
If we can think of more things that y'all are curious to hear about our writing lives, yeah, great. A bunch of you finished early some nano projects.
Awesome.
That's so cool. That's when you're really on, the path and beyond, feeling very inspired. So super cool. Okay.
Yeah, if you guys have any, let us know. Send them to us.
Yeah.
Just like put them in the comments and I'll read them if I like them.
We have about 10 minutes left, it looks like.
Yeah.
So should we do our third and final prompt? So to continue challenging yourself in the way you sort of have been this whole hour, try to look at the bigger picture. Our prompt is to change point of view in some way. You can do this a lot of different ways. Maybe you have different characters and you're already writing from different points of view, sort of chapter by chapter or something like that. So you can switch to another one for this prompt. You might change sort of narrative voice things like third person, first person, just get a fresh look on a scene. You can also zoom in and out on your character's thoughts, maybe get really close to everything they think and feel and touch and all of those senses, or give more sort of a narrator's perspective on, the setting of a scene. Just switch it up. I know it's very broad, but I hope one of those things gives you a little inspiration, gets you to type out some words. Yeah, 10 minutes. We'll finish a little after today. I'm looking forward to this. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, 10 minutes starting now. And that's time.
It's time. How did y'all do? Last print of the day, I got 212 words.
Nice.
And I just deleted them on accident.
Oh,
That's
no.
what Control-C is for.
Oh, no. I think I switched stories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, I don't like how this is going. So I went to a story where I knew where it was going. So I think I got like almost 200.
Here come the word counts. Sirius Black, 178. Jess Grover, 243.
John Thomas, 253. Mage of Fables, 254. Oh my god, Anna Christopherson hit 70K.
Congratulations.
Yo, nice. Melissa Talbot, 155. Catherine Champ, 149.
Very good job, everyone. We're going to wrap up this virtual write-in. Week 3.
Week 3.
Well,
One more.
One more. We will be here next week. I think we're doing it a little earlier next week, right?
We are, because we're going somewhere at noon. We won't be in the office at noon. So, yeah, just remember it's 11 a.m. Pacific time. You can Google what that is in your time zone.
The link is already set up
Yes.
on our YouTube channel. So you can all see it there. It'll be sent out on social media too. So we hope to catch you all there. It's been super fun having everyone here today. If you want to keep talking to us, feel free to reach out on Twitter. I will talk to you. And, tell me how your writing's going.
Yeah.
Tell me if you have any more Never Have I Evers for Maddie and I to answer, because we definitely will. Those were super fun today. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. We will see all y'all next week.
Yeah. Happy writing.
Woo, happy writing.